Hey there, Andrew from C1D Paintball. For this video, we got a little intimate game of 4v4. Now, there was 4 out from the C1D crew. There was myself, Connor, Colton, and Alex. That was not in alphabetical order, but that's okay. It won't be on the test. And we didn't all play on the same team in this because the other team had 2 really good players, like the 2 best players on the field. So they had to swap one of us out because they offered, you guys want to play against these guys? But it's like, you're going to get slaughtered. So Connor switches sides. He goes on the other side and we swap. We get a speedballer for the other team for this one. Now, one of the things about this video, as the title would show, is that I got headsets. The weekend before this, I received some headsets, got walkie-talkies. These little bastards. These little guys, they're no bastards, I'm sure they have mommy and daddy who are married, love them. And we got the little earpieces. That's probably not good for me. But anyway, why did I do that? So the weekend before, Connor and I had tried it out. And Alex wasn't there, but Alex was there this weekend. So I had the headsets for everyone. Colton didn't want to use one. And for this video, obviously, Connor's on the SI. So Alex and I are going to use it, and we're just going to break them in with it before there's a lot of people, because it's early in the day, people are going to join. So I'm going to try out the headset with him, which means, of course, that, you know, when you're doing this type of setup, like 4v4, and, you know, you got to be really intent on the front lines. And we got that really good player. We know he is traditionally a very aggressive player. He kind of pushes the envelope with things. We know he's going to go in there, so I'm going to go back a bit because they got Connor, another good player. So you know, you see in the videos, you know, sometimes I can rush up and I'm pretty defensive, but here I'm going to sit back a bit more too, see what happens. Work that headset, talk to Alex a little bit, and, you know, just have fun, and I'm going to see what happens, right? Now, there are no noobs on the field, so that's another reason why, even without the headsets and trying to walk Alex through that, is why staying back is not a bad idea. I want to see, you know, I want to see what happens. And that tactic again of letting our aggressive speedballer go in, in a small field like this where everybody knows it, you can mix things up and send more than one person charging in. I am not the guy you want to send charging in. I've done it before. I've tried it, but, you know, really conservatively against another skilled team, sending 1 is enough. Sending 2 is just like, well, you know, I guess we'll be restarting this one in 3 minutes after we get killed. Anyway, let's watch the video and we'll go from there.
I can't hear you too well. We'll switch channels after. Yeah. Just remember, there's no rentals here, so don't go in the obvious spot. What? Watch what you see there. Colton, it's a death trap if you run there. Just let us know what you see.
So I'm focused on this spot under the stairs in the graveyard section. I see movement there, and with experienced players, that's all that's in this game, you know, it's normal to find somebody there. You know, the enemy would send at least 1 player north, and by going to this specific spot, you know, they may not be able to advance without exposing themselves once they're tucked in here, but in the shadows, they have solid cover, and there's no denying they are in a great defensive position to cover our own advance against them in this area.
Cover fire.
Now Colton moved behind Hangman, and it's a really good spot to be in. With Speedball pushing south, it's a decent foothold we have in the north and south boundaries of the field.
Stay down, stay cover. On the right. Here, on my laser. Right under the stairs.
So you see Colton carefully peeking here. And as you saw, just after I point out the enemy spot under the stairs with a laser pointer, that enemy defender pushes me back with a couple of shots. You know what? He actually nearly takes me out. And just after, I'll throw some quick fire and then cross north to check my options there. So I found Connor, and he does a pretty well executed peek here. He's under good cover, and he's playing a bit of cat and mouse with Alex, who has a line on sight of him on this little angle here, as you see. Alex actually popped a couple of shots Connor's way just a few seconds before Connor kind of does peekaboo with me here.
Left, left.
Now there's a few shots that ring out here, and some more soon after, but I'm having a tough time pinning where it's coming from. Now, in this small team type situation, if we can confirm an enemy in a key spot, well, then we can charge in to finish them off. Or on the flip side, if we say we confirm our speedball is out, well, then we can go back even deeper on defense. So while I can hear some action but can't pin it down, I got to pay better attention because in this situation, all these veteran players, knowledge is power.
Who's hit? Is he coming from the right? Watch your head, Colton. What do you see? Now let's go. In the middle. Colton, garage is on your right if you want to call out. Whoop.
So it's hard to see because of lighting, but once more I catch movement under the stairs, and now I'm actually going to call it out for my teammates.
Stairs on the right! Stairs on the right! You're right, Colton, watch it. Back right stairs by church!
Good example of Colton doing a stationary bob and weave as he peeks and makes himself a harder target to hit.
Back of the stairs on the right, like by a church.
So Colton makes a move and successfully goes to garage. I advance slightly up to barrels in support and throw a couple of shots to cover him as well after the fact. Now this move has got risk and reward. He has a good angle on the north path, but he is more susceptible to shots on his flank from mid and south.
Hold up there, Colton.
Bit hard to see as it's on the extreme top of the camera shot, but Colton, literally as I'm telling him to hold up, continues to advance. Now at garage, he moves into the room just west of it along the north wall. He is literally around the corner from the enemy under the stairs. I will shortly communicate with Alex on the headset as I carefully go north to see what's up with Colton.
On left or right? Right, I can't see him. I know he's there. Who got hit? Colton?
Now I've lost sight of Colton, and as you heard, Alex and I believe he's actually been taken out, although neither of us saw him leaving the field.
Colton, are you there? Oh shit.
No, that's Colton, and no, he is not back from the dead. You need to tell Alex about something, apparently something that couldn't wait. But nonetheless, it confirms that we're down a man.
Yeah. Okay, I'm behind you. I got the flank if they come behind us. I still got a guy on the right. Let's wait for him. Did we hit them now? One in prison?
Alex calls out he's spotted someone in prison, which is the way fancy people say jail. They say prison. Maybe penitentiary? Well, he's in the jail, and I'm going to try to get an angle on the front window of jail under the stairs here.
I'll go in your garage. I'll throw cover on the right.
Now, that elephant in the room after this game is the fact that the speedballer on our team has been known to throw a few extra shots into an attack on a regular basis. And as you hear, a bunch of quick ones are fired by him. Now, after the game, I'll go to fist pump Connor, and he shakes his head and takes a few seconds to cool down. This type of play by a speedballer in an open drop-in with multiple styles of player is a bit excessive. And honestly, I can't blame Connor for being annoyed. You know, in short, the speedballer's known to most regulars to overshoot. And for this game, many on the field felt the same way. Look, there's nothing wrong with speedball markers. And speedball players, of course, nothing wrong with them. But I feel, and most fields also feel back, you have to adjust how you play and shoot as a speedballer when it's not a speedball only game, especially if you're the only one on the field any given time with that type of marker. We had a manpower advantage at this point in the game. We had territorial advantage, and while I'm a guy who shoots 2 or 3 shot bursts at a distance to make sure I get the hit in, firing a whole lot more than that at a fairly close range really is unacceptable, and it's a crappy way to end the game.
He's hit. He's hit. That it? Blue? Nice. Holy cow. You almost got, you were in the corner there, eh? Good.
All right, so once more, not a great way to end the game, but if you take that little overshoot thing out of it, still a fun match. Like Colton being aggressive. That's a funny thing. Colton is a regular C1D player. He shows up. I'd say Zach and Alex go a little more than him. But when Colton is out there, he's not out there all the time, but he gives his all, and he's not afraid to do different things. So, you know, he kind of helped the North advance there. It was fun on that part. Won't go more into how it ended again won't go too much more, sorry, with what happened with the kind of overshoot at the end. The only point I'll reiterate is that, you know, when you have a player that's kind of known for that, and happens a lot of the times in that situation, you know, you got to talk about it. And in the staging area after, we talked about it. And it was an open day. A lot of noobs are coming in later, so you can't be doing stuff like that. And you try to talk it in a proper fashion. And if the individual doing it, if you're talking to him in a rational, polite, and respectful way, despite whether you think what he did was disrespectful or not, and you can't get through, well, then you got officials on the field, you got management on the field. Didn't need it in this case. But that's the course of action you take, and incidents happen. I mean, incidents happen if you're playing paintball, if you're playing hockey, if you're playing Monopoly. Monopoly's a deadly game. Road rage. drive them down the street. These things happen. Use the proper channels, discuss it, and go from there. Really though, it's another game at LaSalle Paintball. It was a fun game, and those headsets, by the way, I'm probably going to do a little video about when to use them. We don't use them indoors anymore. I mean, LaSalle Paintball's closed, so we don't have an indoor field to play with them. But we stopped using them because it was a huge advantage. But anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. We were just giving them a test drive for that. So thanks for watching. Be kind to each other. If the fields have opened up where you are, because I'm making this during COVID, during one of the waves. We've had too many waves. Enough of the wave. Everybody sit down. No more waves. No waves in a sporting game. Anyway, support your field when they open up. Support your local vendor. Spread the love. And if you don't want to spread love, just be polite and don't spread hate. All right. So thanks again. Have a good one. And remember, at the end of the day, it's only a game.